right, so today's video is another Quickplay warrior where we're going to be watching a player who plays mainly Quickplay and then a little bit of ranked, trying to figure out what the rank is going to be. And yeah, it's pretty fun. Give us some feedback, kind of go all that. For this one, it's going to be a support on PC playing Zenyatta with 1,545 hours of unranked and 77 hours of ranked. And in the background here says, hello, I am your oldest fan, literally. I am about to turn 56 years old, and I've been playing Overwatch since it was released a decade ago. Believe it or not, you might not be actually. To your saying the oldest fan at that point. We actually have quite a few people in chat. Believe it or not, actually. But yeah, that's cool. It's always cool. One thing I love about streaming is like just so many people from so many different areas and all. It's just so cool. So you say, my son is a Grandmaster 1 player and is currently on his college team as a support. He convinced me to try competitive again. I immediately thought of this series and really would love for you to review my games. My aim is not the best, and I've been working on my positioning. I chose Zenyatta to help me with that since he can be punished easily if you're out of place. I enjoy healing and blasting like Danny DeVito at the same time. Glad you get my references to Danny DeVito. I mean, honestly, perfect. I mean, you get it. You get it, okay? I'm glad someone gets it. I want to show my son how it's done and prove that his old man can still beat him at his game. While I'm not at my son's level, I am not too bad for an old man. No, you're doing great. Listen, don't worry about it. All right, here we go. Watch your, we'll watch this first map and go from there. Okay, orbing your, look for more squishies to orb during this. Yeah, like your Shion's a good idea. All right, right clicking down main. So far, you're doing fine. Like, everything I've seen so far is fine. It's like nothing too ridiculous right now. This is just Zenyatta gameplay. Sometimes you're just looking for damage. Don't be afraid to go for more longer right clicks for now. Like, on these angles. Like, you're doing fine. So one thing about Zenyatta, don't be afraid just to trust the spam. Like, don't be afraid to just, like, go to this corner and trust that you're going to spam this corner. Because, like, you got to think about it. Players are more likely going to peek this, right? They're going to peek this. So don't be afraid just to be consistent at an angle. At the very least, you're being annoying at that angle. I find that a weakness I have on Zen is I try to actually maneuver my right clicks too much. And then I just never do enough damage because I don't just, like... And then the Zenyatas that get rolled by are the ones that just, like spam down main, you know? So... Remember to lead a little bit with your shots, too. Remember to lead with your shots a little bit. It is projectile. So you're going to want to lead a little bit more than that. You're hit scanning a little bit, and that's okay at times, but you do have to lead a little bit with your left clicks. Good shot. See how you spam the corner with the right click right there? That was a good play. That was a good play. Don't be afraid to ult this. Yep. Bit of a note, like, if you had just discorded that hog and ulted right away, I would have been okay with that. Because, like, that hog could one-shot you, so I want you to think about that in the future of, like, if a hog shows up like that, don't be afraid to just put the discord on and then hook. Yep. So, remember, the hog was over here, so positionally, your positioning, stay up here now. This is where you want to end up being for a bit. When you're over here, you're going to get a good vantage point. See this angle right here? Don't trust this spot. Just trust me. I have lost this spot many times. Trust this spot right here. Play this angle. If you play this angle, you're going to have vision of both ways. You would have had an orb on your Shion. You would have saw the hog coming. Could have put a discord on them, and then kind of went for that play. See? So just a little bit, you strayed away from the spot you should have been at, and just go here. I'm telling you, you'll get a lot of value there, and then as the team fight breaks out and your teammates get more map control, then you can kind of push up further. So just take your time. Zenyatta is a very kind of take your time hero, as in, like, set up in your spots, wait in your spots, get a full vision of the team, and then kind of go from that angle. Okay? You're doing a lot of the right stuff that makes you feel any better. Like, your positioning is not bad, to say the least. So, good job. Huge pick by Widow. Look how it says it takes 2 hands to clap. Okay. Yep. Play corners. Yeah, I mean, outside of you not like leading your shots, your aim's been fine. You're just not leading as much as you could. Don't be afraid to have a little bit higher crosshair placement at times too. But I mean, so far it's been like fine. Like it's, you know. Okay. You're on the cart. Perk-wise, you picked whatever that one is. I don't know what perk you picked. Wait for it. Still waiting. Okay. Yeah, give me fun. Zenyatta-wise, for ult, don't be afraid just to save your teammate. Like, I want you to look at what they have. You basically have to worry about either a Mei ultimate or a shatter. You know there's no shatter right now, so it's like, you can save it for Mei ultimate, but Mei ultimate might not even guarantee that you save them during it because there's so much damage on frozen targets standing still. So just, you know, as a Zenyatta ultimate scenario here, don't be afraid just to save your teammate, like, if they get in love, rather than, like, wait for, like, a perfect ultimate. Because they just swapped over. Okay, a little bit ambitious. I'll explain why. Don't get me wrong, it kind of works out because for some reason the Rhine is decided to go for the Widow. But at that point, like, don't be afraid just to kind of back away with your ult. I also would have just saved your ultimate in general. Once your Mizuki popped that, I felt like the double ultimate probably wasn't necessary. But at the same time, your Widow just stood in front of a Reinhardt, so like it kind of worked out, but like wasn't perfect either. Do you know what I mean? So, yep. Anyway, hope that's helpful.
Keeping me topped off, huh? No one can hide from my sight.
All right. Oh, well. Yep. Okay. I like this flank. There you go. Even though you're not getting kills, you're bringing value to this team fight. I will say, I'm a huge fan of the float perk. I don't know if everybody like loves that on Zenyatta, but like don't be afraid to also get the float perk. Do they have a chat? I can't tell. Okay, took the lifesteal one, yeah. I definitely recommend the float perk because given extra mobility to your Zenyatta allows you to position in better spots. So like I would highly suggest that for mobility. I think mobility is obviously key in a game like Overwatch and can help Zenyatta a lot. So I'm not against the idea of going the flow perk here. Do what you can here to survive as long as you can. Obviously, if they chase you, that's fine. You're kind of hecked here, so you did what you could. You put damage in there, but yeah. So they have the lifesteal and more orbs, right? Like, yeah, but see, like, I will say this map has some good opportunities to like float around at that would be pretty good. Like second point, being able to maneuver up to the high ground there, like rather than have to take the stairs, like little spots like that can be nice to have. Again, you're gonna find that I always lean towards mobility over like, you know, some of the other use case ones. I just like having the ability to float around the map more. I mean, I'm the same way with Sigma. I do a lot of the Sigma float perk for survivability, kind of where most of the pros have leaned towards now. I've seen a few take the punch one, but yeah. I mean, you probably like Overwatch if you play those games. You know, can you find the right playstyle for you is going to be the question. I don't know what you like. Yeah, I mean, I don't have to tell you that shouldn't be popped as an ultimate. And yes, so regardless of the result of this team fight, you want to save your ultimate there. You also want to reposition yourself so you don't end up in front of their team. You got away with this play, but that's one of those plays you wouldn't normally get away with. So, yep. Only do one character? No, we've seen players swap characters too. Again, you don't have to get up front like this. Utilize your positioning with your teammates to pressure them, Discord orb targets when you see them, and then go from there. Discord Rhine, correct play. Now go for the Rhine. You can get aggressive on the Rhine now because your Mizuki ultimate can save you. And then you get that. So, yep. Hey, let's go, Ewok. Love to hear that. And then you should win the team fight again. A little bit too aggro. If you notice in a trend, you get like too hyper aggro, and then you end up losing team fights. So again, I just want you to prioritize positioning is one of the keyest part, or one of the the best things you can do on Zenyatta. Is basically where I'm getting. All right. These videos go, oh, they take a little bit. I mean, I don't know, sometime next week probably. I think we're a bit ahead of schedule right now. Okay.
No one can hide from my sight.
Still, everything's looking okay here. Okay. Remember, oh, did you try shooting them through walls there? Yeah, that is a wall. Nice right click. Almost got the kill there. Remember, a mistake I make on Zen is I move my crosshair a lot on my right clicks. You're doing a pretty good job of not doing that. So just remember, though, not to over move your mouse like a hit scan. Ewok, thanks to the tier 1 also. I appreciate that. Yeah. Thanks, Ewok. Yep. No, I think this is PC if I'm correct. Okay. I'm trying to look at like... I'm trying to watch the damage output of like on your tank. Positioning, keep in mind, notice how you don't die here? Yeah. I know why you're doing that. It just sucks that you have to. Because they're going to Mei ult soon. So like where you could have saved them with the Mei ultimate, you felt forced to go and do that. So that's where I'm a little bit concerned. Like, but it kind of is what it is. Like your Ramattra needs to play more backside of the point. You got your orbs up. Keeping up as much as you can. And I think your team will probably lose this one. Yep, so there you go. Now, what I'll say with this one, what I'll say with this one is you do a good job of understanding positioning, but then you stray away from that. Remember, you survive a lot of the time because of your good positioning. So maintain that good positioning, and you'll be in a very good spot. A lot of your problem is that you kind of give up that good positioning by just kind of going at them in like a straight line, and that's where you're dying at. So like go more of like that distance with your right clicks, and then stop using your ultimate like to save somebody across the map. If you know you're going to use your ultimate to save somebody, then you have to move your positioning up. To give you an idea, I can give an example. I play against like, if I see a top 500 Zenyatta, sometimes I know they have ultimate because the Zenyatta starts to get more aggressive and is using the ultimate to save themselves and then the rest of the team. So you get more hyper aggro with your ultimate. So stop like trying to use it to save somebody like across the map, because the only value you're getting is that 1 second to heal your teammate up, and then you're done with your ultimate and you're out of position. But if you use your ultimate front and center and your team's near you, then you can go in with that ultimate and then find kills. You can reposition behind them if you're going to be really risky with your gameplay and still be far away. So use it more kind of aggressively, not like waiting for the right moment for it. Obviously, if they soldier out, use it. If they sojourn out, try to use it. Things like that. But that's clear cut. But in those situations where it's like you're just trying to save a critical tank, if you have your ultimate, then your position can be more aggressive. Rank-wise, chat, we will reveal the rank at the end of this game, at the end of this next one. I know what the rank is, so I think we both, I hacked up, so I'm just going to wait till the end of this to reveal. And this one you say, Neon Junction was such a bad map for me because I had only played it once before. Well, that's going to be tough. This was my last placement game. I wanted my comfort support pick, Moira, but our other support had way more time with her than I did. So I went Zen. We did very well as a team, and I think that I was kind of effective. I picked the wrong second perk for some reason. I always chose more destruction orbs, but for some reason I chose 2 healing orbs. I made the best of it. That's fine if you do that. I don't know the map. I got stuck a couple of times trying to get away. Their soldier really wanted me dead. All right, let's see what happens. I'm ready. Let's see how you play on the new map. Obviously, it's new for a lot of us, so we'll see. Yep. All right. Okay. There's a stairwell top left if you want to go up there too. That can lead to a high ground vantage point spot. It's pretty good. I use it sometimes. It at least distracts them. What happens here? So far, you're fine. You don't know the map, so I'm not gonna like judge if you're like aiming like at a wall, trying to like look for a spot with a right click. It's okay. Good job understanding sight lines here.
I'm on point. Come on.
Yeah, so far like there's not like this is kind of one of those hey you didn't feed moments. I don't have anything to put on as like a note there because like not knowing the map, you're not going to know like the pre-fire spots. So I don't know. I'd say that's just, yeah, that's fine. I don't really have anything else to add to that. Yeah. You go, Katie? Yep. That's it. Yeah, that's all I got for you. Orb on your Moira, which is correct. Your Rhine's a little bit aggressive, so don't worry about that. Good charge by your Rhine. Try to get an orb on your Rhine for a second, then you can give it to somebody else after. Now you can go to somebody else now. Like put the orb on like maybe your Moira or like one of your DPS. Just to kind of go to more of a squishy rather than your Rhine. Obviously your Rhine plays very hyper aggro. So like this is what I'm talking about. This is a moment where you'd want to be more hyper aggro. Like now that you have your ultimate, be up there with your team. Like I guess you could save it for like soldier ultimate. I guess like hit tab and do that, but definitely be more be a little bit closer than you normally would be. Just for this situation, so you're not going across the map to save your teammates. Nice angles. Now, oh, perfect. You did that right. Can you also see why I want you to be a little bit more up there with your team? You notice how like your Mei died right away? If you're there immediately, there's a good chance you can Zen out right away and save your teammates. See what I'm saying? So like that's why I'm trying to like, as you get your ultimate, that's when your positioning can get a little bit worse to be able to be ready to use that ultimate properly. Yes, sometimes it'll get forced out, but a lot of good Zenyatas I see do that. It's like understanding like when you can be more, you know, up there with your ult. Big slam alert. Lost a little bit of track of your aim there. Don't be a little bit more patient on your left click. You're trying to like, you don't want a sprinkler aim where you're kind of moving it like back and forth on that. Like right there, you see how you're slowly moving your mouse? You got a little bit like back and forth with the left or right there on your left click. Something just to keep note of. It's just a slight change of not overdoing it. But this is the classic case of your team just had a really good attack. I don't have much to add to that. I do like that you got the flow perk, by the way. I don't really have much to add to it outside of like your Zenyatta ultimate timing was slightly off just because you weren't positioned for it. Outside of that, you kept your orbs up. You stayed with your team. You know, a couple of missed shots that can be fixed. But overall, like that was fine. Wasn't like anything extravagant. Yep. What's I'm saying would it be in a steamroll exactly? Yep. Okay, I'm okay with this starting spot for you. It's not too bad. Remember, spam corners as much as you can with the right click early on at chokes. Understand what the choke is. That is, this is correct. Spam them out. Spam, spam, spam. Keep spamming. Up to you if you want to left click or right click this. The right click does get you more like kills, probably. The left click does, you know, you're playing Junkrat. So it's up to you. Yeah, that's just not knowing the map. Like obviously, if they're at this angle, like look at how it looks to them when you're going down these stairs here. So just for like a note in the future, don't like over push these stairs. Play to either gravitate this way or use an escape route out back this way and then rotate back main. See, like just you can go this way, and then be back in a safe spot. Okay? So something to just watch out for in that spot. There's a train here, so be careful of that. Most people know that or don't know that yet. So, you know, something to look out for. There you go. So far, it's chill. All right, nice orb. Okay. The Discord. There you go. Good prediction, right click. Well, I mean, it was more of you knew the Bastion was there. More is out of position. Yeah, this is a weird one to judge because like everything's kind of like all over the place. But like with the rankings this lobby is gonna be in, it makes a lot of sense as to what's happening, if that makes sense. So like, it's be careful of the train. Be careful. Oh, I don't know if you knew that was coming or not because this is your second time playing the map. Remember what we talked about with Zenyatta Ultimate? Be a little bit closer up with your team so that way when they ult, it's easier to keep them alive. Now it's a 5v2. You wouldn't want to use your ultimate, so keep that also in mind. But yeah, this has been kind of like a very chill game. in my opinion. This hasn't been like, there's not a lot of extra notes to add because without you knowing the map, it's going to be just about like, are you orbing people? Are you using your, you know, mobility? Mobility, maybe. You're not using it as much as you could. Now that you have the float perk, but we'll see. Okay, okay. I still think you're doing this right. Yeah, yes. Your position is fine for now, by the way. Now you would, yep. Again, I do want to give you like this, kind of an idea of like how to do this. The moment they pop an ultimate that is like a Ramatra ultimate, a Soldier ultimate, whatever, start with the basics of just popping your ultimate to keep your teammates alive. Like, as in, like, don't even overthink it. Just start like, okay, they popped this ultimate. I know that my teammates could die during this. Because sometimes your Zen elements are about a second too late. And like, that's not even like a reaction thing. It's more like you're just kind of waiting to see the damage happen. Sometimes you need to predict the damage is going to happen. So like, if they pop a, you know, a Ramatra ultimate in like a Nano or something like that in general, or a Ramatra ultimate, you know there's a bunch of damage incoming. Just pop your ult. Like, don't wait for them to get low, because then if they get low, that's where they could fall over and stuff, things like that. Obviously, caveat to that is like if they honor grenade your team, you might want to wait in a second because you can't heal them anyway. But like, that's obviously if that happens, that wasn't the case. Okay. A small tip, by the way, for anybody who plays Zenyatta, I can just pause it for this one. Remember that even if you have just one singular ammo, that counts as a full right click. So like, let's say that you have one ammo left, and you know you're just sitting there. Go for a right click. Just load up a right click, and that will do the equivalent of a full right click. If that makes sense. Same thing with Zarya right click, all that stuff. Like, just because you have one ammo and it takes a certain amount away, like when you get to no ammo, you can do that. Yep, exactly. The one ammo is the 5 ammo at that point with the right click. So rather than kind of do that, just, yep, same, yep, main, same concept. Just good to know. Even if it's 3 damage on that, you can do it. Like right now, you could right click and you could just get a free right click in there, like for the less of what it would be. Ready? Oh, there you go. Better reaction. Good job. Now they do have Soldier ultimate, right? But I want to get the Zenyatta in the habit of just recognizing a ultimate that can do a lot of damage, using it before your teammates lose health, and then winning the team fight. Also, Zeke, thanks for the 14 months of the tier 1. Appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you for the 14 months. Appreciate it. Okay. Yeah, this has been fine. You're playing fine. So, you're going to probably get killed here in a second. Bad positioning. So let me kind of like, this is something else that like, you can still do this in silver, bronze, gold, whatever, right? Here's what you're going to do. You are going to basically recognize what ultimates they have. So if they have Soldier ultimate or like a Nano, like you need to understand that they're going to have these ults. So you want to be back here. You need to track ultimates a little bit more. Best way to do that is go, when was the last time they Soldier ulted? When was the last time they did this ult? Hit tab. Think about the last time that those heroes ulted. Ask your teammates if you're in voice. If not, that's okay. And then you know to position yourself further back. Look at how much your teammates kept you alive. Imagine if you're in a spot now with a Discord orb at an angle, you're going to do that. But because you're not thinking about what they have, you're just thinking about, oh, we want a team fight. You put yourself in a bad spot and fall over. So just step-by-step process. Think about what they have. This is a mistake that everybody makes in Overwatch, even in top 500. It happens less. But sometimes you win a team fight, your team's just feeling it. You're like, oh, this is great. But you're not thinking about what they have next, and then you get rolled by those ultimates. And that's kind of what just happened to you right there, is being slightly out of position. You still have a retake opportunity here, so it's not like the, you know, worst case scenario, but I think you might have been able to win that team fight with a good Discord orb and some good positioning.
We're almost there. Don't give up.
All right. Moved your right click a little bit. You just remember to try to stay as static as you can. Good kill there. Gonna get both your orbs up. Good position in there. Don't have to worry about that soldier who never ulted, I think. And there you go. You win the game, and that's that. But yeah, so for you, this was a tougher one to kind of give you more feedback on, but I definitely think find more right-click opportunities. Stop moving your mouse as much during the right-click so it doesn't kind of like miss all those shots. That's going to be your burst damage. Maneuver around the map a little bit more. Recognize what ultimates they have. So like if they have a bunch of ultimates and you have ultimate, play a little bit closer to your team so that way when they pop the ultimate, you'll be good to go. Doesn't mean stand on top of your team. It just means be in range to be able to save your teammates. If they do have a bunch of ultimates and you don't have your ultimate, play further back. So that way your Discord orb can maybe carry a team fight. Obviously, utilize your float a little bit more if you take the flow perk and, do that. Perk-wise, that's going to be playstyle preference for you. But yeah, overall, not a bad game out of you. The reason why I didn't guess the rank is because I accidentally saw it, so I didn't want to like spoil that. But this player's rank, for anybody wondering, is going to be Silver 2. This is the one I hit early on accident, so that was my mistake. But Silver 2 is the rank. What'd you say? Wait, is that what that is? Meme? Wait, is that plat? Is that plat? Oh, that is. It's because the screenshot's so bright. Yeah, that's. Let me look something very quickly. Wait. I have to look at something here now. You're right. Yeah, that is plat. Okay, let's rephrase that outro. All right. So guess what? I hecked up the rank here. I got baited by myself because I saw a bright screenshot and didn't really look at this one. Thank you, Meme Machine, for fixing this. So yes. Wildfire is in Plat 2, by the way. So great job by Wildfire here on being in Plat 2. My mistake. Yeah, sometimes you get a scuff. This is the best part about it being live, right? You know what? You climbed all the way up and immediately to Plat 2. So you being in Plat 2, I'm going to adjust my advice even more so. Everything I said you need to do even more of. More aggressive on the angles, but Plat 2 is excellent. I mean, that's a great rank for where you're at. I definitely think you need to apply the knowledge that we added there of like just recognize alt tracking and then use that ability to just make your decision. Positioning was solid. Don't move your right click as much. Maneuver around the map as much as you can. But Plat 2 is good. There's a lot of solid, steady aim there. It just that ultimate is going to be a key part of your gameplay. And don't be afraid to use it, but stick with your team when you have it. Be more aggressive during that, and I think you'll be in a good spot. You got this. You absolutely got this. If you like the video, make sure to the like button, subscribe to YouTube if you haven't, leave a comment. All that helps. If you want to submit your own video like this, my Discord is where to do that. And if you want to watch more of these Quick Play Warrior series, click this link over here. We have a bunch of them now. So with that being said, hope you all have an amazing day/night.